All right, we're on day 23 of the Grand Enchantment Trail. I'm about to leave my campsite at Pigeon Creek. I'm gonna head down for my early morning cold plunge. That's gonna be my ford of the Blue River. I'm expecting kind of a slow day as far as forward progression, because the rest of this section, which is about 4 miles, has a lot of cross-country or vague trails. And then the next section, the Maple Peak section, it's described as the trails see little use except for hunters. And it's uphill. I gotta climb to an 8,000-foot peak. So, I should get started. And here I go, walking the cobbly drainage down to the Blue River. Here it is, Blue River. Let's do maybe a wide shot, pan down. One of the previous reports was thigh high. The last report was knee high. It is early in the morning, so it's hard to tell where the shallowest part is. Looks like the deepest part is right in the beginning here. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be the deepest part. Yeah, not even knee. There's my knees. Okay. Oh, so not a big deal. That bodes well for further down the trail where people are having to skip sections because of high water or take the high water alt. This is not bad at all. And I'm across. Yeah, that was not an issue. Wide zoom this too, coming up through Johnson's Canyon. It's pretty cool. These sheer cliffs. I had to walk along the river for a little bit. So this is kind of a trail that's never used anymore. And the further up it goes, it fades. It eventually does join a road, but fades out before the road. There is an alternate. It also avoids ranch property, which, at least in the description of the navigation, sounded. There is some like hawk or something that's got the worst call in the world. It's like, yee! There it is. I don't know what that is. But so anyway, I'm probably gonna take that alternate. It's the guy right here. He's making the noise. Ah. One thing that has kind of shocked me about this trail is the amount of barbed wire fences I have to go through. They're on public land. They're meant to prevent animal movement. People are allowed to go through here, but like, oh my gosh, sometimes you go over. This one I'm going under. Yeah, it's been a treat. So I'm doing the cross-country section. Just came down from the hill up there, crossed that little creek, and I'm going to be heading up this dry feeder here. So the instructions on the cross-country section were pretty clear. It was stick to where the edge of the slick rock, which is that, meets the, probably gonna get some glare here, volcanic rock, which is over there. So right now, kind of in the middle of it. So got some loose rocks with some of that nice slick rock underneath. It's a little easier on your feet. It's nice and flat. It's called slick rock because it's slick for like horseshoes and wagon wheels, but things like tires and shoes do just fine. And of course, no cross-country section would be complete without just copious amounts of cat claw. It's just all over. So finishing a road walk, which finishes the Blue River section. I'm actually starting the ascent up Maple Peak, and this is the trail I'm taking, the Wild Bunch Trail. Kind of a fun name for a trail. It's going to be kind of a long ascent up Maple Peak. Should take probably the majority of the day. I've also been seeing these pretty little white flowers for a while now. They usually don't occur in this big of a patch. They're usually just one at a time. Don't know what they are, but make you smile a little bit. Alright, I'm enjoying at least this first bit of the Wild Bunch Trail. It's just following a shady drainage. So I got the nice shade. The grade has been pretty good. The trail has been mostly here, not always here. There's cow paths too. And now I just came out to these canyon views. That's pretty awesome. I know the hot, steep stuff is coming eventually. I might as well enjoy this while I can. Wide zoom again. Wild Bunch Trail just keeps getting cooler. Sometimes these canyon walls have narrowed quite a bit. I am digging the shade though. Just a little bit higher in elevation right now. It's actually gone pretty quickly. There have been definitely been some steep parts, definitely been some parts where I lost the trail, but it's nothing like the Painted Bluffs day. Let me just turn back around. Because I came down from those jagged rocks. I mean, that's where where it came up from. So I started way down there. And then, of course, those mountains over there are what I came down from yesterday. So I came down from those mountains, kind of went through that valley area, and then came up this canyon here in the middle of the screen. I was expecting another Painted Bluffs day where it's just really hot grassland and super steep, and this has been better. Oh my goodness, this is potentially my last water source of the day. I'm actually gonna overfill and see if I can make it to the end of the day. I mean, it's in a beautiful area, but I was expecting a little bit more than this. Okay, just came to a junction. So I was just on the Wild Bunch Trail. I actually scattered this out a little bit. I'm taking the Horse Canyon Trail, but to Maple Peak. So I already went through this gate here, barbed wire fence again, and was walking around out there. You can see I'm really supposed to follow this fence right here. You can see I'm in a more forested area. I'll come over here. And it does seem to be kind of at the edge of a burn area. There's some dead trees here. So I just had to go around a couple deadfalls. I feel like that's probably going to be in my future again. But I have like 2.5 miles to finish the ascent. It doesn't go up to the peak itself, but it goes pretty far up. And then hopefully I'll be going down for today. Okay, this gate in the barbed wire fence is basically my turn over Maple Peak. Start to go down. Here's just a panorama of all of this amazing beauty this way. And then I'm gonna go through it. I am getting a little bit of a burn. I mean, obviously right there. And there's definitely been some hot spots of burn where the trail has disappeared. There's a hot spot right there. So I'm just gonna crest this little hill, and oh, would you look at that? It's beautiful on the other side too. Look over here. All right, gonna try to find the trail and head down. All right, so I just want to point out what happens during a fire. Obviously the trees are crisped too, but the trail, I mean, it's there, but it's sloped downward, and the soil is not like, let's see if I can get my poles out, not super solid. Like, it's a lot softer. And usually 2 years is when you're allowed to go hiking again, but it's still pretty soft. So you can imagine what it's like after that first year or right after it. So this is slow going because it's sloped and it's a little soft. I found a horned lizard on trail. That's really cool. I see him in California all the time. Horny toad. He's using his camouflage. Oh, there he goes. Zoom in again. That's better anyway. Continuing to drop down out of the mountains. Dropping pretty quickly. Still in some fire ravaged. Look at that. Fire ravaged sections, so the trail has been difficult to follow, but I might make it to the state line by the end of daylight today. which is way more than I thought I was going to do today. I thought today it was going to be like another like 12-mile day, but I'm not mad at it. Plus, that seems to be the only place to camp, according to the guidebooks. I mean, you can look down here. It's just rocks everywhere. Even when there is vegetation, it's just those big rocks. So probably should get down there. If I don't get there down daylight, I won't be walking that far in the dark. So I'm maybe about a half mile from the state line, and I'm losing light pretty quickly, so I'll just end the video here. Alright, so tomorrow, first couple steps are going to be into New Mexico. I'm literally camping right on the state line. Well, not like literally on it, but just inside Arizona. And then I will also make it to the town of Alma, and then be spending the night in the town of Glenwood.